hey, I found her, I found her. She's in the rose garden. Why is she staying around there without an umbrella? She's already given up. All mine, all mine, all mine. You blockheads can just sit there and watch. I told you, no, this one's mine. Come on, if we take any longer, we'll be scolded by Beatrice-sama. Let's take care of it all at once. There, found her, surrounded her. Come on, let's get along and do it all at once, okay? Die. Oh. Oh. Kumasawa said, F you. See, apparently Kumasawa got the same power as Shannon, but hers is much stronger. Years of experience, I'm guessing. I love it though. You know, Kumasawa initially has that shocked expression, like, oh god, here it comes, and then just, ching. Nope.
やんちゃなお嬢さんたちだ。あの子のお友達かしら。
何こいつ、パワーのくせに。何かの間違いよ。もう一度。
Love it.
こいつ、どうして私たちを防げるの？どいて！もう一度よ！
何度やっても無駄だ。この誤人、できる。
私はあの子を待っているのです。どうか呼んできてはくれませんか？
そのようなデッチ暴行、私たちがすると思う？
その必要はない。
ベアトリーチェ様。
私が権限するほどでございます。必ずやお目覚めと思いました。
ローノウェイ、久しぶりですね。
Oh.
本当に久しぶりです。
Kumasawa is a supernatural creature, huh?
こいつ、ロノウェ様を呼びつけに。
そしてあなたもお久しぶりですね、ベアトリーチェ。
よい。そのお方をどなたとここ、ベアトリーチェとは、そもそもそのお方。
Oh, she's gray-haired lady. Fuck. Well, that's a plot twist I was not expecting. Okay. Wow, alright.
わらわはそれを受け継いだに過ぎぬ。
Holy shit.
そのお方こそは先代ベアトリーチェ教だ。
先代ベアトリーチェ教。
Gold butterflies appeared in ones and twos from the Garden of Roses and began to gather around Kumasawa. And that's why she referred to Beatrice as that girl, or that child. It's because that's how she remembers her. Oh. Then after she was wrapped in a golden sparkle, she burst and disappeared. Kumasawa's form was no longer there. Fuck. I did not see that one coming at all. Instead, there was another golden witch. The one who once taught the path of an endless witch to Beatrice. And the only person Beatrice ever called teacher. Her hair was long, beautiful, and vividly youthful. And her figure in that elegant dress couldn't possibly have been mistaken for an old lady. No, this looked like a completely different person from Kumasawa.
これはお師匠様。
私もですよ。よもやまた眠りを妨げられるとは夢にも思いませんでした。
Okay.
まったく厄介なところでお目覚めになられる。いつもの通りお休みであられたなら、第一の晩を何も手こずることなく終えられるのに。いや、 むしろ歓迎すべきですから。少々退屈しておりましたところで。
相変わらず悪趣味な遊びで罪もない人々をもてあそんでいるようですね。無限の魔女の力は決して人に迷惑をかけることに使ってはならないと何度も教えたはずです。
そう言うなよ、お師匠さん。退屈は私たちの天敵じゃありませんか。それから逃れるためのちょっとしたスパイスに過ぎませんよ。侵食が進めば進むほどにわらわの力は強くなり、わらわの眷属は呼び出しやすくなる。しかしそれは同時にお師匠様の封印を解くことにもつながったとはな。
それを予見していたからこそ私はこうしてあなたのすぐ近くで眠りについたのですよ。願わくば二度と起こされぬことを夢見ながら、こうしてあなたと再会してしまったのは私にとってはとても悲しいことです。
相変わらずお師匠様は食えないな。
炉の上、家具の子たちを下げなさい。家具は主に仕えるだけです。すべての罪は主が背負います。
かしこまりました、マダム・ベアトリーチェ。
その名はもうその子に譲りました。さあ下がりなさい、家具の娘たち。私は一度聞かぬとしても二度言います。しかし三度目は口にしませんよ。
Wow.
下がりなさい。煉獄の七姉妹、巻き添いになれば塵と化しますよ。
下がれみんな。
Renove and the seven sisters of Purgatory retreated. After that, what remained was the Beatrice whose daring expression didn't falter, and the teacher Beatrice, who had given up that name and wore a composed smile. Are we having a showdown between witches?
さて、お師匠様、久しぶりの再会にはどんなお茶のご用意が良いかな。
そうですね、ほうき星の訪れよりも久しい再会です。もてなしてもらいましょうか。粗相があるようならば和解してもらいますよ。
無限の魔女にも免許更新制度があったとはな。仰せのままにお師匠様、あなたの弟子がどれほど立派になったか、そしてとっくの昔にどれほどあなたを凌駕したか、とくとご覧に入れましょう。
The air between the two Beatrices seemed to explode with sparks. Okay. The air oh wait. Just by glaring at each other, they purged all spirits from that space. As they watched, the seven sisters shivered. After all, if they had retreated just 3 steps less than they had, they would already been turned to dust by now.
さあ、ベアトリーチェ。あなたにその名を譲ったことが私の生涯でただ一度の後悔で、その過ちを今自らの手で修正しましょう。
Except you won't. There's 5 more episodes. You're not gonna get your name back. I already know it.
そりゃあ違うぜ、お師匠様。わらわのただこの程度の力を学ぶのにあんたに弟子入りしちまったことだぜ。何が魔王だ、何が無限の魔女だ。こんなの気づくだけの力じゃねえかよ。それをもったいぶって偉そうによ。お前の出番はとっくに終わってんだよ、お師匠様よ。
Oh! Oh! I like this music. Okay. Oh! Shadow Clonjutsu. Of course, Balor's like, what the fuck is going on? Oh, I love the song though.
もう何がわからねえ。一体目の前で何が起こってんだ。
かわいそう。私の弟子が迷惑をかけています。
She's here now too. Okay.
謝ります。
あんた熊沢のばあちゃんだ。どうしてこんな姉ちゃんに化けるんだ。つうかあんた誰だよ。わけがわからねえ。
She's like, I'm Beatrice. Wait, you're Beatrice? If she's Beatrice, you're Beatrice. How many Beatrices are there?
これは何の特撮なんだ。俺は頭がどうにかなっちまいそうだ。
私はあの子の魔女の師匠。かつての名はベアトリ。あの子が私を継ぐときにその名を送ったため今は名を持ちません。
あんたがすでに言い切っちまってるが、俺はあんたの弟子のせいで大いに迷惑しているぜ。頼むから責任取って何とかしてくれ。じゃなくて俺はこんなの信じねえぞ。
Wait, hold up. I'm not supposed to acknowledge this shit.
魔女も魔法もあるもんか。こんなめちゃくちゃバトル。くそったな。俺は何を信じりゃいいんだ。
あなたらしいとても短気なもてなしですね。
さすがお師匠様。この程度じゃバカバカしくてまぶたを開く気にもならないらしい。島ごとぶっ壊す気でなきゃ無理らしいぜ。さあさあおいでなさい。双剣の戦闘。
The what? The what? She's just summoning towers out of the ground? In response to Beatrice's summons, a terrific earth tremor split the rose garden. On either side of her shoulders, two massive war towers sprouted and stabbed into the heavens. They stretched up to 100 meters tall, and each had over 360 ports. What does that mean? They were war towers of the gods' army corps, which had prevented even groups of ancient heroes from invading their sacred grounds. As Beatrice elegantly floated in the gap between the massive two-headed towers, she looked down on her teacher, sneering with a sense of absolute superiority. With the two massive towers lined up behind her shoulders, the witch looked very small, like a butterfly dancing between huge trees.
蝶に化ければかわせるとか思うなよ。双子塔の弾幕密度じゃあんた虫ピンの昆虫標本どころかめった刺しの針刺し人形だぜ。
Over 720 ports opened on the towers, and godly soldiers readied their multi-shot ballistas. What the fuck? I love whenever someone just has an offhand remark that fucking pisses her off. Makes my day. The ballista shots that numbered over 1,000 were all fired at once, drawing a beautiful geometric curtain of death. My fucking god. The boor's sound as the bowstrings were played was probably even deeper than that of a reaper swinging its sickle. What the fuck is happening? The sky was stained in incandescent red, and from between the clouds a blazing massive tower fell upside down. So Beatrice summons towers from hell, and former Beatrice summons towers from heaven. Okay. That massive falling tower and its rubble sucked in the thousands of ballista shots so that not one of them approached the body of the witch who had summoned it. That's right, no group of people, no matter how large, could approach the mysteries of heaven. That was the reality of the fallen tower. Like you're one to talk.
私の手番は終わりませんよ。 さあさあおいでなさい。我にふさわしき槍を与えたまえ。
Wait, smothered what? That read something. As the massive crimson tower that had fallen made a terrible gold-colored explosion, a massive spear appeared from inside those flames, so tall, like a tower, that you had to look up to see all of it. It was too large even for a giant's hand. That divinely beautiful spear of the gods was so massive it gave the illusion that the fallen tower had turned to a spear of the same size. It was a spear of certain victory that none could escape.
無用の双子塔ですね。
That's horrible. I just want to say for the record, I'm recording this on September 11th. I'll just leave that at that.
自ら左右の退路を断つとは愚かしい。一本の槍をもお前は防げない。
She snapped her fingers in command. The massive tower-sized spear shot at Beatrice like a lightning bolt. It aimed right for the middle of the center of the Golden Witch's heart with extreme precision, as she danced in the gap between the towers like a butterfly, slicing straight through the air like a flash of lightning.
こんなところでグングニルが弾けるとは、やっぱりお師匠様はすげえな。はぜろ、役立たずの塔、いでよ、巨人兵の戦列よ。その盾と胸で神なる槍を防ぎきれ。
The shoulder war towers exploded in gold. They became several billion gold butterflies. Those butterflies took the shape of 7 massive armored soldiers. Each stretched a full 50 meters into the sky. And they lined up in front of Beatrice, protecting their master and holding massive shields that towered like windmills. Okay. She summoned big-ass sentinels now. Okay. They were as massive as a mountain range. The witch behind them was like a small moon, hiding behind the mountains. Once in the past, when the massive shields these giants held had been ready by the whole regiment, they had protected King Wilhelm's castle not only from arrows, but from the wind and the rain. For when they faced upwards and had their shields to the heavens, not a single drop had gotten through.
愚かな神聖への敬いを忘れた魔女の哀れな神の槍を巨人ごときで防げるとお思いですか。
道理です。人間の金属でいくら武装しようともマダムの見事なエポレットメイトです。
そんなベアトリーチェ様。
もちろん忘れませんともお師匠様。さあさあおいでなさい、ヘパイストスと弟子たち。我にふさわしき盾を与えたまえ。
A golden whirlwind arose at the feet of the giant soldiers. It was a cloud of countless butterflies. They attached themselves to the massive shields like gold leaf, sparkling like they were a gold mirror. It was the absolute defensive wall given to a goddess by the chief of the gods. The Aegis Shield. Ooh. When the holy spear, which left a dignified tail behind it like a comet, crashed into the mountain range of that gold shield, there was a terrible thunderous roar. There was the creaking of the pillars that held up the heavens. The divine spear spun around and around and was sent flying into the direction of the setting sun.
真相を防いだ。
いいえ、違い。神なる槍が避けた。絶対の槍と絶対の盾は争ってはいけないのが神々の掟。それはつまり防いだのと同じことですかね。
このような荒事ばかり腕を上げましたね。
むしろお師匠様はこういうお遊びが相変わらず苦手なようで、わらわからのお返しだ。法典にのっとり、槍には槍でお返ししましょうぞ。
The giant soldier battle line, which had fully blocked the divine spear, released its holy gold shields. The shields fell to the earth, making the ground shake. Okay. When they did, another gold whirlwind arose, and the 7 gold shields changed their form to 7 massive spears of lightning lying on the ground. At once, each of the giants lifted one of their legs high and firmly stomped on the tips of the handles. As the earth shook with a thunderous sound, the 7 lightning spears spun beautifully and flew up above the giant soldiers' heads. They scattered into golden splash, began to fall before the giants. Each of the giants squared off, and with the force of their whole body, they kicked and smashed them. The broken pieces numbered exactly 30 and became lightning spears of exactly the same size as the originals, which made 210 for the 7 giants, and all of those burst at once, each splitting into 30 thorns, for a total of 6,300. They became a barrage of thunderclouds, drawing a beautiful geometric pattern, and then each changed into 3 bolts of lightning, so that 18,900 thunderbolts shot at the predecessor Beatrice. From Matt, yeah. That bundle of almost 20,000 thunderbolts must have reduced the teacher's body to dust. But there had been no resistance. Beatrice knew immediately that she had been fooled. At that time, from the direction that the sun had supposedly set, she felt the impossible rays of sunlight. A brilliant ray of light shone in her profile. It was the figure of her teacher, holding aloft the spear of the gods that had supposedly been repelled a short while ago. It avoided it. It wasn't yet. She bore a sparkle like the sun on her back and made it shine on the incarnation of darkness. As Beatrice watched, she was trapped like a mouse in a cage, cornered in a dead end formed by the giant soldier battle line. By now, the predecessor Beatrice had seized a position directly alongside that line.
これでお遊戯の時間はおしまいですよ、ベアトリッチ。
このわらわが側面を許しただと。
Her bold expression hadn't faltered even once, but now it twisted for the first time. Faster than Beatrice could click her tongue, the predecessor Beatrice released the holy spear. As it leapt through the air, it changed its form once more.
さあさあおいでなさい、ドベルグの兄弟たち。我巨人を砕きし天の鉄槌を与えたまえ。巨人兵ども、わらわを守れ。何をしているかノロマども。
By now it was no longer a spear, but the whirlwind of a massive hammer that raised a sound like a windstorm as it flew through the air. It was the legendary hammer that had shaken even the king of the frost giants, so that the giant soldiers couldn't escape from that fear. So regardless of how strongly their master ordered them, they couldn't get in the path of that hammer.
バックランクメイト、安らかに眠りなさい。
Before the whirlwind of that massive chunk of metal, Beatrice was nothing more than a mere speck. The instant the whirlwind started to suck Beatrice in, she appeared to change into a massive war tower. The iron hammer smashed the war tower, scattering tremendous amounts of rubble. It did not reach she who escaped behind it. Furthermore, when the smoke started to settle, the war tower had sucked in the massive iron hammer without crumbling, and blocked the way. Even the giant smashing iron hammer couldn't break through the final tower protecting the witch. However, this war tower was actually the witch's last trump card. It was a war tower for dodging that could only save her from danger once. This tower was impregnable. No weapon could break through it. At that time, the moon disappeared. As Beatrice hid in the shadows of the giant soldier battle line and the war tower, she looked up at the sky. When she did, inside the moon was the figure of a massive horse ridden by the god of war and death. The predecessor Beatrice rode the horse with him. His cloak had blocked the moon and swallowed it in an eerie shadow, and the spear of the gods was in his hand once more. In other words, it was a godly knight who had jumped over the ramparts formed by the giant soldiers in the war tower, attacking from the heavens.
What the fuck?
Smothered mate?
スマザードね。楽しかったですよ、ベアトリッチ。
The struggle to the death between the two witches with the same name was over.